everyone. So in today's video we are going to discuss how to use our SQL software to create a table in our database and to insert this data into our tables graphically, and also use the join query state structured query language in our question. So what we have here is an example question, set number 10. Kebiti Central College was the only active school in the area during the war season. There were only 15 students in the school. Also, there were only 5 teachers, and one of them was the principal of the school. The principal decided to add all students' details in a student's attendance marking system, so he would be able to mark the attendance after the main morning assembly at once. Think you are a reputed database designer, and the principal requested you to make a database while another developer is developing the system. The details have been given below. So basically this is the student table, then the grade table, and the village and the transport table. So here we've been asked to create a database named Kebitigollava underscore school. Insert these data to the tables graphically. After you created the database, the principal wanted you to check your database for bugs. He has given you some scenarios. Read them carefully and write 2 queries to get results. First of all, let's move on to creating our table and inserting our data graphically. So what we are going to do first is to create our database right here. So I'm going to create a database named Kebitigollava underscore school. And I've clicked on OK. And here we are going to create 4 tables. So create new. We are going to have 4 tables over here. So this first table will be named student. We are going to make this our primary key and make it as auto increment. Next, we are going to create the name column. Then the birthday, which is going to be a date time. And which is going to be a date. So we have that done. No default value again. And then the grade. This is going to be an integer. Let's just put it as varchar 1. This will have no default value. And the transportation method. Method, which is also going to be the same. And now I'm going to create this table. So it has the name, our birthday, grade. I had to add village as well, so I'm going to rename this to village. And make this as varchar 50. And now we have this student table. Next we are going to create the grade table. So I'll save this. So there is an error, incorrect column name village. So there's something wrong. Now it should be correct. I'm going to click on save. And now this table has been saved. I'm going to create a grade table next. So here I'm going to name it as grade. Then we are going to have the ID here. Make this the primary key. And we are going to make it as auto increment. Next, the grade. We are going to keep it as Vacha1, Vacha. So Vacha2, we'll keep it as Vacha2 because there are only 2 digits in the grade. And I'm going to click on save. So here we have our student table also. Here we can change this to 2 and then click on save. Next, I'm going to create a village table, which is also going to be similar. So this will also have an ID and it will be a primary key. So the village ID. So we have that, and I'm going to click on this. Next, I'm going to create a column for the village name. So village, and I'm going to take the village name over here. So it's going to be Vacha 50. I'm going to keep this as no default text. And last table to create our transportation table. So here I'm going to name it as transport, and we are going to have the ID here, auto increment. To keep this as a primary key, and then our transportation method, underscore method, and I'm going to click on Vacha 50 and save. So now I'm going to edit these grade tables and put in our data. So we have the data column here, grade 6, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11. So that's the grade table done. Next we'll move on to the village table. So our first village is Pandavir. Next one is Gulnevar. Then third one is Nadavachir. Our fourth one is Mihintale. Our fifth one is Nochiagawa. And our final village, Palu Gus Weber. Okay, now I'm going to our transport table. I'm going to add in here some data. So we're going to have bus, foot, motor bicycle, bicycle, and school van. So now I'm going to fill in our student table. So basically we have 15 columns here to fill. I'm going to extend this and this, and I'm going to type in the names all one by one. So the data is this: 2005 03 112, grade 6, village 1, and the transport method 1. So that is alright. I think I have to rename these columns as well, as there is something wrong with the column names. So continuing this, we have our next person to be added here, and the birthday is 2007 5/26. The grade ID will be 4, the village ID 2, the transportation method ID 2, a third person, two 11 2, grade ID will be 2, village will be 3, and the transportation method ID 3. And our fourth person, so then we are finishing our fifth person's data, and we have another 10 more entries to make according to the data in our table. So this is what is the annoying part of being entering data. So we are adding our sixth entry now. Adding the date time. So here we are going to change the date to 2010 30th of October. Our seventh entry. Now we are going to enter in our eighth one. So the name will be the birthday 2006 0922 533. The ID is, then the ninth person's entry. (2010) 12 24, the grade will be 4, then and the transportation ID 2. Our 10th entry now. Now we are entering our 11th one. So the birthday is 2007, 6/23, and here we are going to have in our ID to fill in the ID number 4, and ID number 2. Next we have our 12th person to add. So 2005, 0714, and the transport ID, the IDs are 611, and here we have our 13th person to be added here. The birthday is the 3rd of August, and 1, 2, and 4. So our 14th entry, I don't need to add the entry because the entry number, because it is auto increment, so it will be automatically added to our program, so that I don't need to do separately. And our final data entry, which is 15, so we fill this in. And as I said, I had to make a small change in the name of the column, so I will be going to the table part. So here I'll be naming this as grade underscore ID, village underscore ID, and this one as transport. So I will erase this whole and name it as transport ID. So now I have this saved, and let's move on to the next part of our question. So I'm going to read it out. So it says, select all students who study in grade 6. So we have our student table here, and we have our grade table here. So what we need to do is to select all students who study in grade 6. So let's write the SQL query for that. So I'm going to type it out now. Select in the student ID, the student name, student birthday. Let's check if yeah, it's correct. So student birthday, then our grade, and we are going to take in our grade from the grade table. Then the student village ID, student dot village ID underscore ID, and then this from that we are going to take a student transport ID dot transport underscore ID, and to our next line from the from our database name. So it's Cavity Gold Level School, so I can just say Cavity Gold Level School underscore school dot the student table inner join Cavity Gold Level. Let's see if I type it correct. Cavity Gold Level underscore school dot grade on student dot grade underscore ID is equal to grade dot ID, where grade dot ID where grade dot grade is equal to 6 within quotation marks. I'm going to click on run. So there is an error, it says unknown column student ID. So if you go to data, yeah, so I'll rename this to ID since everything else has been saved as ID as well. And now let's run the query. So here we have it, the grades here it's visible, grade 6, then the village ID and the transport ID here are visible. So that is it for our first question. Now we are going to move on to our second question, where it says to select to basically select the birthdays of the students who came to Padaviya by bus. So I will be erasing this. So select all from student. So we are inner joining the transport table on student dot transport underscore ID equals to transport dot ID, and then again we are inner joining the village on the student dot village underscore ID to the village dot ID. So there we have a where query. So here we are searching the village, where the village is named as is equal to Padaviya. So these are all within single quotes. We are entering a specific data value, and since they are coming in by bus, the transport dot transportation method underscore transportation method is equal to bus. So these are the two values which we are looking for within, and so we have the village ID as 1, we remember saving it as 1 Padaviya, and we have the transportation method as bus. So there we have it. Here we have the village name Padaviya as well. So yes, next we are going to select the names of the students who study at grade 9 and come from Mihintale on foot. So there are some stuff which I can save here, so without erasing the whole text. So I can save up to village ID, because we need these inner joins, and next we are going to inner join in our grade as well. So we have grade on student dot grade underscore id is equal to the grade dot id, and here where the grade dot grade is equal to 9 within single quotes, and the village, so we're searching this from the village table, so village dot village, and value Mihintale, the village name, so this is in single quotes since it's a value, and the transport method, so we are taking it from our transport table, so transport dot transportation method, and the value here we are getting is foot, so this is also in single quotes. I'm going to search this up, and here we have by foot, and the grade is it says grade 9 here, and they're coming in from Mihintale. So yes, that is it, and that is the end of this question. This is how we insert data to our table graphically and using our join-in queries with the where wildcard function to find the necessary data. So this is it for this video, and thank you for watching.